rolls in like a black tide, and when it leaves, it takes a piece of you with it. The memory of who you were before falls further into that dark abyss. We were doctors, teachers, fathers, sons. But so are they.
Okay, I'm joined by Maciej, and we are talking about Dying Light, which is a new zombie survival horror game from Techland. But it's a little bit different to the zombie games that have come from the studio in the past. Can you kind of give us a bit of background about what players will expect to see, what's different?
Well, definitely. This time around, it's an action survival game, and it has dynamic day and night cycle. And important thing is that it's not only about visuals, but we change how enemies behave from day to night. We shift the population. We introduce new enemies at night. Then we have this really visceral combat, and this time around, we really like you guys to feel every single hit. And of course, the feature that we're most proud of is the ability to traverse through the world completely free. So everything that looks like you can climb it, you can do it.
Yeah, there's we've seen from the trailer. Oh,
totally forgot. You have to know that all maps are open vertically, right. So that means it's a whole new playground.
Okay, so we've kind of seen the trailers, we've seen the parkour. How does that change? And presumably, if you're running fast, so are the zombies.
Oh yes, well definitely we also had to adjust the AI so that they can challenge you even if you run to the roofs. So you can expect some creatures to be slow and sloppy, but then there will be plenty of them who will challenge you, and some of them, especially the ones that you could see in the nighttime demo, once you see them, you don't really fight them. You just run for your life. They're really badass.
So you talked about the verticality. What kind of other movements and animations can we expect from these zombies? What kind of new zombie threats are you bringing to the genre?
Well, for sure you can see the zombies that climb stuff. They can jump over big distance. Well, they're not called zombies. They're infected, and the ones that are agile, we call them virals. So you can expect them to be able to jump either on your back or jump on buildings, jump between buildings. They're able to crawl the walls. So yeah, you can expect them to come up at you from pretty much everywhere. And then of course we have a lot of enemies that will challenge you from the distance. I don't want to get into too many details because I want you to discover some of that stuff for yourselves.
Okay, you talked about melee combat and that being quite visceral. Can you kind of explain some of the weapons people will be using? Will there be crafting? Will people be making their own concoctions like perhaps they have done in previous Techland games?
I can't give you too many details on that, but there's about 100 different weapons, just melee, and we make sure that each one feels different, so that when you're swinging a simple, how do you call this? A plank. Yeah, when you're swinging a plank, it feels much different when you're holding a baseball, and then again it's different when you're trying to fight with a huge sledgehammer. So that we really want to make sure that you feel the weight of this thing. We want you to feel that it's slow but really powerful. Well, we spend a lot of time to make sure that all the hits connect and to get this bone breaking action going on, so you get to feel and hear all the splots, all the breaks. You can see the weapons actually get stuck in the enemies, so it really feels like you're hitting something.
Okay, so you corrected me. I was saying zombies. You corrected me. You said infected. But in truth, there is an element of similarity between that. You guys obviously like the kind of the personality of those kind of enemies. So is that a reason why you're kind of revisiting this area? If although there is perhaps variation, is that why you're revisiting this area? Do you feel like there's still more to be done with those kind of enemies?
So yeah, definitely, pretty much what you said. We believe there's just, everybody's starting to ask questions. Well, you think that maybe it's the zombie genre is over. It's a dawn of the genre, but we still believe that there's a lot of stuff that it still can be done in this topic. A lot of cool stories to be told. A lot of cool gameplay elements to discover. So, we felt like there's a lot of things that we can bring in. So that's what we did.
So Dead Island kind of carried its tongue in its cheek. Are we to expect a more serious narrative tone to go with the more kind of immediate threat of the faster zombies? Is the story growing up as well, would you say?
Definitely, it's going to be much less. How do you put it? Tongue in cheek. Tongue in cheek. Yes, definitely much more serious. Now, I can't give you too many details on the stories, but we'd like the player to experience an adventure of going from this very simple person and becoming something better in the process. When all the challenges that the world will throw at you will definitely change you as a person.
Will that change kind of manifest itself through leveling up and through kind of RPG-esque kind of systems?
Yes, we have a number of RPG elements. Again, it's just too early to give too much details. But what I can say is there's plenty of active abilities for you to unlock, and we want each one of them to be sort of like a game changer. So having ability to jump right off the zombies, and not having it changes a lot, because suddenly you have this new options how to handle particular situation. So we make sure that when you're getting them, it's like we're extending your options, and we'll give you like new toys to play with. And of course the game at some point will you'll have to use them, right?
So how's the development going? What kind of stage are you at the moment?
We've passed alpha, although quite some time ago. I would say we're getting close to beta. It's been, I guess we started in early 2012, so it's 2 years now. And we're feeling good. We're feeling really, really good.
Are there going to be kind of single player and co-op options, or online? What kind of experience will people be able to have with the game?
Are you kidding me? It's like with drinking beer, It's like you have mature audience. Do we have mature audience? Yeah. Okay, so it's like it's like with drinking beer. You drink it alone, and it's okay. But if you drink it with friends, it's just so much better. So yeah, there's 4 players co-op.
Local or online?
Online co-op, 4 players. And then on top of that, we also have a mode called Be the Zombie, where you get to play as one of the infected, and you get to join other people games who play as humans, and you can troll them.
You can just be a mindless zombie guy.
Well, you're this kind of smart and agile kind of infected. But yeah, it's a really fun experience.
And so how many people will be able to... what's the kind of the number cap then on people who will be able to take up the body of a zombie then and go after the players? What kind of numbers are we talking here?
At this point, I can't give you any information on that subject.
Okay. So, can you give us what formats will people be playing the game on?
So, Dying Light is coming out on 360, PS3, PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, is another day, hey. You don't have to hide away, yeah. You'll be a man, boy.